What if you could create your own design tool from scratch? What would it look like? What features would it have? And more specifically, how do you do it? My name is Falco, and in this video I will take you on a journey of building a design tool from scratch. It will be a series, so there will be multiple videos. In this video I will just focus on some of the design decisions behind it. I will also show some of the core features that it has right now, and also, giving a glimpse of where it's going. The idea is to, share my process, but also to gather feedback from you guys. So if you have some suggestions or features that you would like to see in a design tool, just drop them in the comments, and I will take a look, and maybe we can build it like in the next video, so you can see like how I integrate new features. So yeah, let's get started. So on the left side you have the artboards, which is where you create the different artboards, as you can see here. On the right hand side you have the tools panel, and here you see like it has different presets. So like desktop and phone sizes, like these are, these are like not the latest phones, I notice now, but I will add more presets in the future. You can click them and the artboard changes. So yeah, it works exactly as you would expect, of course. On the bottoms you have the toolbar with the different tools. They also work with keyboard shortcuts. If you hover them, you see the shortcuts that you can use to activate them. So again, these work exactly like you would expect in any design tool. Like here I have drawn a rectangle. If you double click, you enter the edit mode, which means that you can edit the paths. You can create new nodes by hovering on an edge, then it will show you a new dot. You click it, you can manipulate it, you can double click to convert it to a Bezier curve, or you can just click on a node and choose one of the options here. So for example, symmetric, asymmetric, and disconnected. Yeah, disconnected means that you like literally cut it off. Actually, I'm not sure that we should do that. I don't think so. But yeah, this is like the reason why I'm making this video, to show you some of the features. And also if there's like things that I come across that where I'm like, maybe it should work like differently. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to look back on this video in a couple of on these videos in a couple of months. So anyway, you have vector editing. The same applies to text, by the way. You can edit text. So here I've drawn some text. I'm gonna make it a bit longer. This might not be good for the demonstration if it's that short. I'm gonna make it bigger, and you can convert text into outlines as well. So but yeah, I'm gonna first show you something where we do not convert it to outlines. I want to demonstrate how the text actually works. So the cool thing about text is that it's actually already converted into a vector path, which means that when you go into effects, so I have the text selected and I go into effects and I choose layer blur, then it applies it, of course, to the text. But progressive blur also works with text. So here I have applied progressive blur. You can see that the intensity changes as you move the angle, or as you move the handle here. So this is cool that this works. Same goes for strokes, for example. You can apply strokes to text. In most design tools, you first need to convert the text into a outline before you can do something like this. But here you can do it directly without converting. This is just something that I wanted to show. Now you can of course convert it to outline specifically to make it editable. So right now when you double click, you can make changes, but you can't change the shape of the text. But you can do that when you click, when you convert it to outlines here, and then you can make changes to the text or to the shapes. So that's pretty interesting. So there is that. There's also for images some basic image editing tools. So I'm gonna add some image. I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna make it smaller by transforming it, putting it in the middle. And yeah, so when you double click on the image, then it shows you some options like brightness, contrast, saturation, temperature, tint, vignette, and sharpening. So you know the basics that you would expect. This is useful if you want to make quick edits without having to go into a different photo editing tool. So these work exactly as you would expect. Actually very cool to make these changes in a vector editing tool. I am thinking about adding more editing capabilities, maybe something like filters or like presets like you have in Lightroom. I want to expand on this functionality actually, because most design tools, they stop right here with these features. But you know, like, I think that there's more to it, I think, to expand on this functionality. But I'm not sure how exactly. Maybe this is something for a later video where I will focus more on, you know, the image editing. Of course, here on the top you have now a top toolbar, which is where you can make changes to, for example, the aspect ratio. So I'm going to choose like 4:3, for example, and you can see that it's now in a 4:3 ratio. Or if you make it like this and then you click done here, then it will crop it nicely. So yeah, that's image editing. Images are basically just a fill, as you can see here. They are a fill. This makes it very dynamic because you can stack fills, you can add fills on top of fills, you know. I'm gonna click here, for example, so now this fill is on top of the image. If you change the opacity here, then the image will come through. So that's, you know, that's cool. Next I'm gonna show you Boolean operations. This is also pretty powerful. So I'm gonna draw two shapes. I'm gonna add a circle next to it. I'm gonna do it like this, so it's extra good for the demo. I'm gonna give them two unique colors, so red and orange. Perfect. Now I want to make one shape of these two. So as you can see here, these are separate shapes, so ellipse and rectangle. How do we merge them? Simple, we select them both, and on the top there appears a top toolbar for union, subtract, intersect, and exclude. I'm gonna go for union. Actually, I'm gonna duplicate it first so I can show you another effect too. So I'm gonna start with these. I'm gonna use union for these, and I'm gonna use subtract for this one. So now you can see these are two Boolean groups, as you can see here in the layer panel. These are now Boolean groups. You can also see it here where it says, where it gives you the different options to change it afterwards. So here we have the union group, which you can also change it afterwards. So if I want to change it to intersect, you can just select it here, and it changes it to intersect. If you click exclude, it changes it to exclude, and so on. Now you can also convert Boolean groups into paths. Like right now, you can still make changes to the elements individually, you know. But what if you wanted to change it as a one piece, you know? Then you just go to the Boolean group, you click flatten over here, or right click and then flatten. I'm gonna do the same with this Boolean group, flatten. And as you can see, if you double click, it converted it into paths with Bezier curves, so you can make changes to the merged Boolean group. So that's pretty interesting. It's pretty, it opens the possibilities for complex editing and for drawing, complex shapes and illustrations or icons. So okay, that's it. I'm gonna show you layer masking. I'm gonna draw the rectangle here, and we're gonna draw a circle in it. I'm gonna change the colors because now it's not that clear. Great, so we want to mask this circle inside of the rectangle. Simple, what you do is you right click, use as mask, and as you can see, the circle is now inside of the rectangle. If you group it, so actually if you add a layer, another layer or another shape, then they are automatically inside of the mask. If you don't want this to happen, then you can right click and you can choose the option ignore mask, or you right click on the element here, ignore mask, and then basically it stops the masking from there. Or what you could also do is you could group it. When you group a mask actually, then it is scoped inside of the group. So the masking only applies to anything inside of the group. If I add another layer now, it is outside of the mask. Okay, so going on to the next feature, let me see. Actually, no, I'm gonna just demonstrate you something about the interface now. So as you can see here, the interface has this, like this purplish color, this purplish accent color, sorry. But what if you don't like this color? What if you really don't like it? Simple, there is the option to style it. So if I go into settings here, first of all, you can choose the theme between light mode and dark mode here, or it can use the system color, which will just adapt to whatever preference you have configured. I'm going to keep it for system for now. Here we have the accent color. If you click this, then it will change the color across the entire app. So you can see it immediately here. It changes the icons, the text. It changes over here, and there's like a couple of colors to choose from, so that you can configure it to your own liking or preference. In the future, I want to expand on this a little more, meaning that I want to add more theming configurations. One of the inspirations I had for this is like the themes that you have in tools like VS Code, where there's like a huge ecosystem of themes. Okay, so I'm going to take a break here because otherwise the video would be like twice as long. I can keep on going about new features and stuff that I'm adding, but I will keep this for later videos. I hope you enjoy this. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure to subscribe. I'll give this video a like. You can also follow me on X, where I will be posting more updates as I am implementing them. So yeah, that's it. I hope you liked it, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.